Hello, Burlington. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Mark. So my goal tonight is obviously to try and make you laugh. But at the same time, I'm hoping that I may inspire a couple of you in here, because odds are in this room tonight, there's probably a few of you that might be trying to get a little bit healthier or might be on a diet of some kind. And good on you for coming here, because the portions are massive.
Yeah, you know what?
But if you are, and you make it those points where you're going to struggle a little bit with the diet or trying to be healthy, and I'm here to just tell you, to motivate you to kind of stick to that diet, because I used to be a fat guy, and if I could lose the weight, like holy shit, anybody can lose a few pounds, because I wasn't just like a little bit fat, like I was a lot fat. Like, you know in the mail you get those coupons, 2 can dine for $9.99? Like that just meant I could dine for $9.99. But like, I wasn't so big that I needed a rag on a long stick to wipe my ass, or like heavy machinery to move me around. But I wasn't small by any stretch of the imagination. Like it was like I was chair break big. Like if anybody ever offered me a seat in anything that was made out of plastic or wicker, like that was a no thanks, I'm gonna stand kind of moment always. I broke a chair on an airplane once, just trying to recline it. I nearly crushed the 7-year-old girl sitting behind me to death. Now you figure, you're going to die in an airplane, it's because you're plummeting from 35,000 feet. Not because the heavyset gentleman sitting in front of you decided to take a load off. Like, thank God her tray table was in a locked and upright position. Otherwise, I would have cut that little girl in half. All of a sudden, seat 24D on Air Canada Flight 1037 looks like a scene from a Saw movie, and not so much the inside of an airplane anymore. So there I was, every mother's dream child, 370-pound, 28-year-old virgin. Thank you for that, by the way, ladies. Much appreciated. So obviously, I one day I thought, okay, I need to do something about this. And so being the rational Catholic man I was at the time, I went to JC for advice. Jenny Craig called me a fat bastard and told me to go on a diet. So I did. So, like I've been this sort of healthy size now for a little while, and I'm enjoying it. But I will reflect back on my past as a fat guy. And I realized that, like, I missed a lot of red flags that should have indicated to me, like, hey, Mark, you should have lost weight way sooner than I actually did. And, like, these are red flags aside from breaking a chair on an airplane. Like, I'll give you some examples here. If you're circling days on your calendar in anticipation of bacon going on sale at the local A&P, that is a red flag. And then if you come up with an excuse to give the girl at the checkout, because she probably is going to ask you why you have a half pig's worth of bacon in your shopping cart, that is another red flag. I told her it was for a charity fundraising breakfast, and she believed me. If you're using a mirror to see parts of the front of you, like not to see parts of the front of you better, but to like actually see parts of the front of you, that is a red flag. I didn't see my penis in the flesh for like 12 years. The only reason I knew it was there is because I would masturbate every day. Once again, ladies, like, thank you for that. Much appreciated. Fun fact, my right wrist now has a better weight to torque ratio than a Ford F-150 pickup truck. Go figure, right? Another example. You know when you get on a roller coaster and the safety bar comes down, click, 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 every click being that reassuring click of safety? If you only get one, that is a red flag. Skyrider, 1997, and that's the stand-up coaster, Canada's Wonderland. I got on at the very front with my buddy Steve, and I bring the safety harness around me. I get one click. Now the 16-year-old summer student they've hired that year to hustle people into this contraption, he hears this one click and he comes over to investigate. Now his first course of action to remedy this situation is to reef on the safety bar a little bit more and hopes to get a few extra clicks. Unfortunately, for that 16-year-old, he was no match for my side boob that day, and his mission went unaccomplished. So, not knowing what to do at this point in time, he looks up at the 17-year-old who's in the control booth, who last year was the 16-year-old hustling people into this ride, and this year, has, for some unknown reason, has been promoted to having my life in his hands. He looks up at him and he does this. Now the 17-year-old replies with what I can only describe as the least reassuring vote of confidence you will ever see in your entire life, ever. He looks back down at him and he does this. And then he hits the go button. I spent that entire initial climb up that roller coaster looking for soft places to land because I was pretty sure that fucker was going to eject me from it at some point in time. I don't know who was happier that I came back attached to that ride, me or the 2 summer students running it. Now, as far as red flags go, like that's a pretty big red flag, eh? Like, Mark, you barely fit inside something that was designed to hold 99% of the world's adult population. Maybe you should lose a few pounds. Nope, went right over my head. Do you know what the first thing I did when I got that roller coaster was? I got myself a funnel cake to calm my nerves. So if that guy can lose a few pounds, anybody can. Anyway, guys, this was fun. You guys are great audience.